What's going on, Stim Junkies? This is High Stim Ace hopped up on that all new crack reloaded. I gotta say, this thing hit harder than I was expecting, and I kind of don't know what to do with myself right now. I'm pretty hopped up right now. I don't know. I might go run around the block a couple of times until this thing wears down, but holy crap. I gotta run it at least one more time to really get a full feel on this product. You know how I always do it on the channel, but when I tell you this thing brought me back from the dead and slapped me upside the head, I ain't lying. Look at my eyes, guys. I'm hopped the hell up. This thing put the high stim in High Stim Ace.
What's going on, Stim Junkies? High Stim Ace here. Hope you guys are having an incredible week full of stims and epic workouts. Today, we are going to be reviewing the all-new and reformulated crack reloaded from Dark Labs. Check out this freaking tub right over here, guys. I've never seen anything this crazy in my entire life, and I've been doing this for a while. I've been taking pre-workouts for even longer than I've been here on YouTube, but this right here is some of the illest, dopest art I've ever seen in my entire life. Man, this dude looks hopped up on some crack, some reloaded crack, and I can't wait to share my experience with you guys, but I really got to give a shout out to the art team over at Dark Labs, whoever's taking care of business right now in the art department right now, doing the graphics. This thing is next level ridiculous, guys, and I gotta acknowledge it. Not that that really matters in the end of the day. Ultimately, we care about the contents of the tub here more than the art, but you gotta give the devil his due and give him a shout out when they deserve it. In case you guys haven't seen the video I released a couple of months ago ranking my favorite Dark Labs pre-workouts, pretty much every Dark Labs product I ever had in the form of a pre-workout or high stim fat burner, I'm going to link it down below. You guys can check it out. A lot of it is still pretty applicable even now in 2025. But in case you guys didn't see that video, I will have you know that the original Crack Reloaded was actually my least favorite Dark Labs product ever. As a matter of fact, probably the only Dark Labs pre-workout that I downright hated compared to anything else. There were some products that weren't my favorite, some that I obviously liked more than others. I mean, Dark Labs is a massive company. They have a big selection of products to choose from, and not everything is going to fit everybody's specific goals and needs, but Crack Reloaded was one that I had a very bad experience with. From both tubs that I tried it, I got one tub directly from Dark Labs and one from Cartel, and both tubs had different expiration dates, were manufactured at different times, different flavors, and both had the same terrible effect on me. Made me feel downright ill each and every time I took it. So I went into this one a little bit cautious, but also somewhat hopeful that the experience would be different. Tune in, guys. Join High Stim Ace as I break down the flavor, the label, and my experience running Crack Reloaded, the new 2025 version, 2 times over the last 3 days. Let's go! Alright guys, so here we are reviewing the highly anticipated Crack Reloaded 2025 edition pre-workout, and this one does have a lot of hype behind it. In general, every time Crack is released by Dark Labs, every time they drop a new Crack themed product, it's an exciting time in the Stim Junkie world, and there aren't a lot of reviews for this one yet. This one did just drop not too long ago, maybe a week and a half ago, something like that, so there's plenty of inventory to go around, and I will let you know, guys, in the end of this video, where to pick this one up with a discount code to save you some money and help support the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. Now, this one comes in 3 flavors. The flavor I have here is the blueberry lemonade, and I gotta say that this here is a very, very solid flavor. Downright above average. So not a delicious flavor, but also not terrible. If you guys ever had their Flame pre-workout V2 or V3, the blueberry lemonade flavor, that one's pretty gnarly. Even to this day, guys, it's pretty rough. But this one here, in terms of a high stim pre-workout from Dark Labs, it's not bad. Probably give it a 7, 7.5 out of 10. Not that that really matters, but what I'm trying to say is you're not going to need to have a piece of gum on hand. You're not going to have a puke bucket ready next to you. This one goes down relatively easily, and you guys can be ready to move on with your lives as soon as you're done. So looking at the serving size here, you can either take this at 1 or 2 scoops. You guys know that this is the full scoop, full dose channel, no half measures with High Stim Ace. So I'm going to read everything on here as it pertains to the full 2 scoop dose, which incidentally comes in at 21.6 grams. Now I'm letting you know that you're going to have to heat each scoop a little bit to get the full suggested serving size, because they do come in a little bit light. They come in at about 9.5 grams. So you're going to want to heat each scoop. And better yet, guys, just weigh it out, because you're dealing with a lot of stimulants in here. And from what you guys are going to hear me say about this product, this is definitely one of those pre-workouts that you're going to be wanting to weigh out on the digital kitchen scale. We start off with sodium from pink Himalayan salt, 250 milligrams for pumps and for preventing muscular cramps. L-citrulline at a very respectable 8,000 milligrams. So 8 grams of pure L-citrulline, probably one of the higher doses from any of the recent pre-workouts, except maybe the Maniaco, which comes in at 10 grams. But that is a special kind of pre-workout. 8 grams for a mainline Dark Labs crack product is very, very impressive. So you're going to get good pumps on this one. We're going to talk about it. Beta-alanine, 3,200 milligrams for the tingles, the clinical dose. L-tyrosine, 1 gram for focus. Hydroprime glycerol powder, 65% yield, 1,000 milligrams, so not such a crazy dose of glycerol powder, but theoretically combined with the citrulline, it should help you puff up just a little bit, but also give you a vascular look in the gym. So you're getting the best of both worlds in here, at least on label. Choline bititrate, 700 milligrams. Araya genesis, 500 milligrams. Big, hefty dose of that Araya to really give you a good head high, give you a nice floaty feeling in the gym, and really have you feeling uplifted. Beta PEA, 400 milligrams to give you that initial euphoric buzz going in 5-10 minutes, and then it should theoretically switch over to the Araya and whatever else is in here to get you going, but that's going to give you that initial feel-good feeling in the gym. And we do accompany that with theobromine, 300 milligrams, caffeine anhydrous, 300 milligrams. So that's on the lower end of caffeine. I'm okay with 300 because you got a lot of other stuff in here. You got the Zoom XR trademarked extended release caffeine, 100 milligrams, caffeine citrate, fast acting caffeine, 100 milligrams, Cognitic whole coffee fruit extract, 100 milligrams. And lastly, Alpha Yo coming in at 2 milligrams to give you a nice kick in the ass and really get you cracked out while you're in the gym. Before High Stim Ace breaks down my experience running the new Crack Reloaded 2 times over the last 3 days, don't forget to like this video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or somebody who's looking for that crack. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Alright guys, so like I said at the top of the video, the original Crack Reloaded, which dropped about 1.5 years, 2 years ago, wasn't my favorite pre-workout, to put it mildly. I downright despise that one. And that is probably the only Dark Labs product that I didn't vibe with. For whatever reason, even if I took that one at 1 scoop, which is half the dose, I always felt these cold sweats, this anxiety, heavy breathing, just sweating uncontrollably, fight or flight each time, just felt terrible. And it would take it hours and hours to go away and for me to feel back to baseline. So I was a little bit worried about going into this new product here. Now I know it's a new manufacturer, and, you know, theoretically the label's different, the ingredients are sourced differently. So I did go into it with an open mind because it is a hype product and I'm here to review it for you guys and to always give it to you straight. So I went into this one, I took the drink 2 days ago was my first time taking it right after work. And I was pretty tired. I had a long day of work and I also had physical therapy that day. So that was an extra hour and 15 minutes of work. And I was pretty tired. By the time I took the drink, it was already 6:15 p.m. And, you know, that's kind of late to be taking a High Stim pre-workout. But I'm High Stim Ace, guys. I go all the way each and every time. I took the drink and headed to the gym. It was about a 10-minute bike ride from my physical therapy place. And I got there and I didn't really feel all that much, if I'm being honest, other than the beta tingles, which were prominent but not too over the top. Didn't really feel all that much until the 20-25 minute mark. And I was kind of tired already from the PT session I had earlier that day. But as soon as I touched the weights, I was doing back and biceps that day, 2 days ago. Man, I got so freaking zoned in and something just took me over literally on my second set that had me so hopped up. And to me, the Alpha Yo is definitely the star of the show here, because the sense of aggression you're going to get from here and the high that comes from this Alpha Yo, it is really on another level. This one here, guys, is definitely a worthy stim junkie product and one I wouldn't take more than twice a week personally. This isn't something I could see myself taking 3-4 times a week. No. There may not be DMHA in here, but believe me, this thing will slap you upside the head. If you're somebody that responds well to products like Edge of Insanity from Psychopharma, this one here feels very reminiscent to that, but it does take it a little bit longer to build and build and build. This is definitely a builder, a creeper, whatever you want to call it. It takes time for it to do its thing, but when you get in that zone, you're going to have a crazy sense of aggression, slightly elevated heart rate. You will sweat on this one. You will tweak a little bit on this one, and you're definitely going to be feeling cracked out, but not in a negative way, not like the original version where I was pacing around the gym trying to catch my breath, washing my face with cold water and trying to snap out of it. No, this is a very productive stim junkie experience, really focusing on the energy more than anything else. There is slight mood elevation on here. The music's going to sound good. You're going to be with it, but it's an aggressive type of mood elevation. 500 milligrams of Araya, in theory, you would think that this is going to make you feel like dancing and give you like this positive headspace. None of that for me, guys. Ran it twice, once after work, later in the evening, and once today at about 11 a.m. And it's about 5 o'clock in the afternoon right now as I'm recording this. And you guys can see I'm still like a little shaky. I'm still very much in it, okay? So we're talking about 6 hours after ingesting the drink. I had a crazy chest and tricep session, even hit a little bit of lower body and abs today. I was in the gym for about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 40 minutes. And I had a crazy sense of aggression and urgency the entire time. Again, mood elevation is there, but not like a happy dancing kind of mood elevation, a very focused, aggressive, dialed in mood elevation, not a kind of pre-workout I would want to take when I'm training with a few buddies, because this is a no nonsense pre-workout. You're going to have your music in. I was listening to aggressive metal today, none of that dance stuff, none of that trance, weird nightcore stuff that I was talking about in my last video I reviewed. No. This is aggressive, get shit done, and do what you got to do. And what I like about this one is that it's very, very productive even post-workout. So I'm already, like I said, I took this one 6 hours ago, maybe even 6.5 hours ago, and I've literally been meal prepping in the other room. I've been cleaning, I've been doing stuff. I've actually been super active for the past couple of hours, despite the fact that I had a crazy workout today. And I went all over the place today doing shopping and just performing a bunch of tasks and errands. It was a crazy, crazy day today, and there's no signs of slowing down. This one will definitely last hours post-training, and in a good way, in a good, productive kind of way. And you're going to feel very accomplished after this product. So I got to say, to me, this is definitely a top tier, illicit feeling stim junkie pre-workout, but it definitely feels more like an alpha yo pre-workout as opposed to a mood elevating Araya Genesis pre-workout. It takes time to build, 20, 25, heck, even 30 minutes to really get to where it needs to go. But when this baby is going to get in your head and you start that initial push, this is going to take you the rest of the way and a lot more. I love this pre-workout. I'm so glad I gave it a chance and picked it up. And believe me, this one here is going in my stash right behind me. I don't know where I'm going to fit it, but I'll have to reshuffle a couple of things because this right here might be one of my new favorite Dark Labs products. And I'm so happy to say that Dark Labs is back. Their purple pre-workout that they re-released recently, as well as their new gold, were both major disappointments to me. The Maniaco was great. I might say even better than the original run, but the new purple and gold were very, very underwhelming for me personally. But this one here hits the mark, so I'm happy to say Dark Labs is back, and this is definitely a tale of redemption, especially when you're comparing this one here to the original product. Another thing I'd like to mention very quickly is that the pumps on this pre-workout are absolutely savage. You're going to get a nice vascular pump, a tight pump on this one. I looked freaking shredded in the gym today, and like I said, I was hitting the chest workout today as well as triceps, but I always like to superset a little bit of biceps in between, and my arms, the vascularity, the definition, the muscular striations, man, I don't know if it has to do with the fact that I've been leaning out lately, but I'm telling you, the pumps on here are crazy, especially for a high stim pre-workout. So you definitely do not need to stack pump capsules or glycerol or anything on top of this one. This is good as is. It is a pretty heavy scoop coming in at 22.6 grams, so close to 23 grams. You don't have to stack anything. If you want, you could put pump caps on top of it, but you really, really don't have to. I took it on its own both times and the pumps were crazy. So with that being said, guys, if you are interested in picking up the new Crack Reloaded, it does come in 3 different flavors. You can head over to NutriCartel.com and use my discount code ACE15, which will save you 15% site-wide and help support the High Stim Ace YouTube channel. You can also grab it directly from darklabs.pro. I'm going to link my discount code. You guys can show them some love, support them, support me, and everybody is happy. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. This one was definitely worthy of the Dark Labs name, and I'm super happy that Dark Labs seems, at least now, to be back to form. If you guys enjoyed this video, like the video, comment below. Tell me if you are planning on picking up this pre-workout. Have you tried the original version? Did you like the original version? Do you like this one better? I want to hear from you guys down below. I read all the comments and I respond to everything. Follow me on Instagram at High Stim Ace, and most importantly, subscribe right here on the YouTube channel. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace signing off.